Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer 2 video. Today's topic is the upcoming Prince Imrik FLC and how it should set a new standard for any future FLC lords for the Total War Warhammer series. So without further ado, let's begin. The Warden and the Paunch launches on the 21st of May 2020, and alongside it come two FLC packs. One is the Arachnarok Spider, finally being able to be used as a mount choice for Goblin characters, and the other is Prince Imrik of Caledor, the Lord of Dragons. I must admit, originally when I got access to the DLC and FLC content, I didn't really plan on checking out Prince Imrik, considering the fact that FLC characters have always just felt like generic Lord and hero choices just with a unique skin and some special items and traits. When comparing them to the standard of the Total War Warhammer 2 Legendary Lord choices, of course. But still, I wanted to give the character a try, as I have a lot of fond memories playing against Imrik on the tabletop. His dragon was always a bit of an issue against my Skaven. So with that, I fired up a Mortal Empires campaign as Imrik, and I've got to say, I was completely wrong about my first assumption. Not only does he have his own unique playstyle, focusing more on cavalry and dragons, a unique right that also buffs up these dragons, a confederation mechanic which can see you reclaim your ancestral lands of Caledor, whilst also keeping your starting locations and any other territories you may have captured. But what really took me by surprise was that Prince Imrik, an FLC lord, completely free, has a level of narrative to him. This character doesn't really feel like every other FLC lord, which normally feel like a generic faction that's been unlocked with a faction unlocker and that's it. We'll get to all the specifics in just a little while, but in short, Prince Imrik's release should present the newest standard for all future FLC content. Honestly, Prince Imrik and his faction feel very unique. Not so much in the level of a DLC lord with its own respective lord pack, but enough to feel like it's something different. And honestly, if future FLC lords didn't feel like this, it would be a massive shame. This is a big step up from what we're normally used to from FLC lords, and I honestly hope that this becomes the new norm. But with that, let's go check out the specifics in regards to this and why this faction feels so unique. Firstly, starting so far away from your native land of Ulthuan is actually a nice change of pace. Yes, there may be other legendary lords for the High Elves that don't start on Ulthuan, but they're still relatively quite close to it. Starting so far away from your native land gives you a feel that you're completely alone. In truth, in Imrik's Mortal Empires campaign, which is the one that I'm currently playing, you are completely surrounded by enemies or potential enemies. You start off at war with a small dwarf faction, which is also annoyed Karak Azul, who are to your west. To your north and to your east are two Skaven clans, also to your east is a Greenskin tribe, and to your south is Malus Darkblade. You are completely surrounded by potential enemies. And while you do start out relatively strong with a fire mage, a unit of dragon princes, and a sun dragon, none of your kin are near you for you to be able to form steady alliances. This gives you a feeling like you're on your own. However, you do have the chance to return to Ulthuan if you so wish. All you need to do is start capturing a number of territories near your starting position, and eventually you'll be faced with a dilemma. This dilemma has 4 different choices for you. The first 3 are in regards to returning to Caledor, where you might see the elves being happy of your return, being indifferent to your return, or actually being annoyed about you returning. Here you could gain or lose relations with your fellow kin. The last option is you declining to return to Caledor. Now if you pick this option, your game will continue as normal and you won't gain anything else. But if you have decided to return home, you will keep all the territories that you have already conquered, and you will get the full province of Caledor plus any armies that have been spawned by that AI faction. Bear in mind, there is something important to note here, that if you take too long to confederate, there is a chance that Morathi or any other Dark Elf faction, or just any faction in general, could move in and take one of your cities. So it could be possible that when you do try to confederate, the faction has been destroyed, leaving you with nothing. But lastly, we'll get to the narrative aspect of this campaign, which is perhaps what makes this character so unique. Prince Imrik is one of the most famous dragon riders in all of the Warhammer fantasy world, and he set himself on the task of recruiting ancient dragons to join his ranks. Every 20 turns or so, you'll be informed that one of these dragons has been sighted and you can make your way to them. Once you've made your way to said dragon, you'll be faced with a dilemma. The first 2 options are seeking wisdom from the dragon, where you could either get a buff to your units or gain some influence. Bear in mind that this does cost resources on your part, sometimes either money, sometimes influence itself. If you pick one of these 2 dilemmas, the dragon will then leave, but don't worry, you'll still have a chance of being able to recruit it later on. It works the same way for the 4th option, where the dragon just basically leaves and you don't get any benefit from it, but once again you'll still be able to encounter this dragon later on. The 3rd option, however, is very different, where you'll actually face the dragon in combat with an army defending it. If you manage to defeat the dragon, you'll be able to recruit it as a special unique unit. Bear in mind that you might not be able to do this very early game, as the army defending it is usually quite mid to high tier. There are a number of unique dragons here, each having their own different flavor and method of combat, and this is what makes Imrik's faction so unique compared to the other High Elves and all the other FLC lords that have been released. Your army's theme fits with a narrative where you'll be actively seeking these dragons to join your ranks. Honestly, I'm hoping that future FLC lords will take a page from Imrik's book, where they'll have similar stuff like this implemented into their character faction in an effort to make them more unique. Don't get me wrong, I'm very appreciative of the former FLC system. It's quite rare to get free content alongside paid content, so it's great that Creative Assembly does this. But after seeing Imrik being implemented like this, I'd like to see more FLC characters being done like this. Maybe with the possibility of them going back and reworking some old FLC characters? That might actually work out quite well. I might be asking for a bit much there, but you never know really. They could surprise us and rework some old FLC characters and give us something quite interesting. But what do you guys think on the way that Imrik's been implemented into the Total War Warhammer series? Do you think this is a one-off, or it could carry on with new FLC characters? And do you think that there's a possibility that old characters might get reworked too with this new type of system? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a bit of a discussion, shall we? But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below, we have various different social media links such as Facebook, Instagram and Discord, where you can get in contact with the Great Book team, talk to us about Total War, Warhammer, or just anything really. Also in the description section below is an affiliate link with Element Games, where you could get loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Purchasing using this link and also using our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. Honestly, it's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A special thank you to our patrons Gibraltar LUSC and Ryan Bertsche for subscribing to us at our fame level. Honestly, you guys are super cool. And a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing and commenting on these videos. Honestly, the channel's been growing a lot lately, and it's all thanks to you guys. Without you, the Great Book would be nothing. We're trying to implement more videos into the channel soon, but we're getting stuff done outside of YouTube at the moment, just like artwork and so on for the channel. It's just taking a little while to get everything to look to a standard that we feel is cool. Honestly guys, thank you so much for all the support lately, it's been amazing. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.